Hello, everyone. Welcome to History's Chapter 4, The Mughal Empire, Part 3. In this particular topic, we are going to study about Akbar from 1556 to 1605 and about Akbar's conquest, to which areas he has conquered and made the other ruler under his control. Then we will study about campaign against Rajput states. Then we will study about Deccan campaign. That means in the southern part, how and when Akbar made his conquest not only in the northern part of India but also in the southern part of India. Deccan is also known as southern. Okay, so in detail we will study about Akbar in this particular topic. Let's begin with Akbar. During the time period of 1556, as you all know, he became the ruler. His full name was Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar. He was born in Amarkot at the time when his father Humayun was in exile. Exile means without telling the identity of any of the person and living at at a place and doing their work. And Humayun, as you all know, he lived for 15 years in exile without telling to anyone. So the time period when Humayun was living in Persia and making his arrangement for the army and coming back to India, at that time period Akbar was born. He was only 13 years of age when he ascended the throne. So, you all can understand the fact that when Akbar was born, he was born in very, very great hardships. He was, although related to a family of the kings, but personally, when his took place at that time, he was not having anything. He was having nothing in his hand related towards struggling life. So, at a merge age of 13, Akbar attained the throne and he ascended the throne of his father because as you all know the story of Humayun, that 1555 when he became the emperor, just the next year, that means 1556, he died due to an accident of falling down and he had an head injury. And this is how it was a time period of chaos, that now to whom the next emperor should be appointed. So Akbar, being son of Humayun, he was being appointed. He was the greatest ruler of Mughal dynasty and was therefore known as Akbar the Great. So Akbar the Great must have come due to the reasons that he has attained in his lifetime period something for the society, something for the political life at that time period, that even today also we know Akbar as one of the great rulers of the Mughal dynasty. And this is how it's not so easy to attain this tag of Akbar the Great. He must have done something better and better for the society and related towards any of the background for the prosperity of the people, for many more different things. And this is how people loved him and he came to be known as Akbar the Great. So many movies have come out, so many serials have come out with this tag. Now, nextly, when Akbar attained the throne, what was his age? His age was only 13. So, at this age, we can understand he was a small child only. And who will be assisting him? So, Baram Khan was the person who became the regent or guardian of young Akbar. Regent means one of the representative of the king. And Baram Khan was one of the man who was always be supportive of, or you can say the left hand of Humayun wherever whenever the time of conquest was there, or living in exile towards Persia, living over there. Baram Khan was one of the man who was always with Humayun. And that's why in the last days of Humayun, when he fell down from the stairs and he got an injury, at that time Baram Khan's responsibility was there that he is now going to take care of Akbar at all single moments. Whenever, wherever Akbar is in need of him, he will be supporting him until unless the time period when he is going to grown up. So this is the time period when the responsibility of Baram Khan was heavily loaded related to taking care of Akbar. As soon as Akbar assumed power, he defeated Hemu, general of Afghan forces. So, Hemu, who was he? He was actually a ruler. And ruler means he was an Afghan chief, and he was having large army with him. And when he come to know that a small child has become the ruler, he was having an astonishment, and with this he made an intention that why not to defeat this small king, and I will be becoming the ruler of the Delhi area. So, with this intention, he made a second battle of Panipat at the Panipat place, and that's why it is known as Panipat, and it was being done second time. So, this came to be known as in history as Second Battle of Panipat, in which year? During the time period of 1556. Okay, do you all remember First Battle of Panipat? It took place in the year 1526. With whom? Babur was the man who was having the first battle of Panipat with Ibrahim Lodi. In the previous topics, you have read this, and you should always keep in mind that first battle of Panipat 1526 between Babur and Ibrahim Lodi. And second battle took place with the grandson. Grandson means Akbar. With whom? Hemu. So this incident you should be keeping in mind. Second battle of Panipat 1556. Okay. Baram Khan, as his regent, helped Akbar conquer Punjab, Jaunpur, Ajmer and Gwalior. So, being one of the representative of the Emperor Humayun, he was always in support, standing at the back of Akbar, who? Baram Khan. And with the help of Baram Khan only, Akbar was at the tender age of 13, Akbar was able to defeat Hemu in the Panipat battle. And because obviously Bairam Khan was a very full of valor, brave, he was a good warrior, and that's why he made a conquest with Humayun. And just because of his presence, Akbar was able to defeat Hemu. Now, with the help of Bairam Khan, Akbar was able to conquer the areas of Punjab, Jaunpur, Ajmer, and Gwalior. These are the areas which tried to revolt against Akbar, and with the help of Bairam Khan, with the good planning and artillery, Akbar was able to defeat these areas' rulers. During the time period of 1560, Akbar ended the regency of Bairam Khan. Regency means what you have seen in the upper word regent, that in the year of 1560, when Akbar was quite grown up now, he decided that Bairam Khan, now he is having an old age, so you take now rest, and I will be holding the plannings and the conquest and whatever decisions are being taken out by myself. And whatever the results will be there, it will be of my own decisions. So he said to Bairam Khan during the year of 1560 that now you take rest and I will be forwarding with my things to be carried on in the future. So this is how Bairam's reign was ended. And now let's see Akbar's conquest. Conquest means those areas which Akbar has get under his control. The rulers were under his control. Now the other rulers were accepting him as the king of them. So in this topic we will be studying. By the AD 1560, Akbar was 18 years old and wished to rule independently. Just now, what we have read, that Bairam Khan was asked to now take rest, related to what we say at the age of 62 to the people, that now you take the retirement. So same thing Akbar also said to Bairam Khan. And at that time, Akbar attained the age of 18 years and he now wished to rule independently. He adopted two methods. Two methods, that means it was his own decisions to take so. First was direct conquest, second was marriage alliances. Now, direct conquest means the whenever Akbar want to establish his empire or extend his empire, he is going to ask to that ruler that if you want to accept my suzerainty, you be under my control, or either you fight with me. That fighting with the other king was known as direct conquest. Whosoever will be the winner will be the ruler of that particular place area. So this is how, if any of the ruler was not accepting the suzerainty of Akbar, they were asked to have a battle, and in that battle mostly Akbar was on the winning part, and this is how he was able to make different rulers under his control. And second method which he adopted was marriage alliances. Marriage alliances, here it means if any of the person or ruler, you can say, he is accepting that okay, you are Akbar, we don't want to do any fight because it creates lot of loss of property and life of the people, so why not to take any other route. So taking out any other route, he used to say that you are having daughter and get your daughter to be married to me. And that was alliances, means that was a proposal being given to the other king by Akbar, and if the other king is going to accept that thing, then they will be having a relationship, or you can say related towards a friendliness, that you come, you be allowed, I will be allowing you to be under my control, but you will be having your own identity to be the ruler over here. You only have to pay some amount of money, or you will be given some of the rule or related towards being a king only, but in the perspective of the relationship. So that was known as marriage alliances. This was one of the biggest thing with Akbar, which Akbar initiated, and that worked to be in a very fruitful manner. Without killing, without a conquest, the king used to give their daughter, and due to that marriages, the things were going on in proper manner. That means the Rajput king remained the king only the marriage used to take place, and everything was going on in proper pace. In AD 1561, Adam Khan defeated Baz Bahadur, the ruler of Malwa, and annexed it to Mughal Empire. Now, Adam Khan was one of the man who defeated Baz Bahadur, who was related to one of the ruler, and made Malwa under the control of Mughal Empire. In AD 1564, Akbar attacked Gondwana. Gondwana means the place area where you are living. You are living means the central part of India, Jabalpur, all the nearby areas, that is known as the Gondwana area. And here we are having the queen. Which queen? Rani Durgavati. And Rani Durgavati was one of the queen who gave a bitter experience to the Mughal emperors, and although she was not able to be on the winning part, but she fight it with great valor. So 1564, Akbar attacked Gondwana and make it that also under his control. Next comes, he conquered Sisodia capital of Chittor in 1568 AD, defeating Rana Uday Singh. And in 1569 he seized Ranthambore. So you can see here that Chittor, Ranthambore, all these areas were related towards the areas of the western side of India, northwestern part of India. And here he made lot of conquest and marriage alliances, and this is how he was able to extend his empire towards this part, northwestern part. And you can see in the map of India over here, all the shaded part which is in the pink color, as in the upper part you can see up to 1605. This was the scenario which the Mughals have ruled it. Mughals, that means Akbar has extended his empire and he was ruling in a brilliant manner. Not only ruling, conquesting, and alliances, he was doing the better part for the social life of the people also. Nextly, let's see campaign against Rajput states. So, campaign means what were the different things which he made a plan for the Rajput areas. Rajput areas just now you have read related to Ranthambore and Chittor. So, let's see. 1562, Raja Ambar married his eldest daughter Jodhabai to Akbar. Jodhabai was one of the women who was married to Akbar. She was the princess of Ambar. And due to this marriage, we can say that there was a mold in the nature of Akbar. And now he was entrusted to be tended towards the Indian culture. That means what culture he saw of Hindus, it was after his marriage alliances only. And this is how we can see that he was becoming generous year by year with his behavior towards the people. Some Rajput chiefs did not accept Akbar's suzerainty. So, some were there, like Raja Ambar, who made his daughter to marry to Akbar. But some were also the rulers who did not wanted to accept Akbar as their ruler or the emperor, or want to get married related to alliances. So, for those people, Akbar used to do direct conquest. Akbar's next conquered Ranthambore, Gujarat, and Kalinja, what we have read just now. Now, Akbar's campaign. Campaign means now, apart from the western part of India, what were his intentions? Was he limited to that area? No. Now his next target was towards the eastern part of India, northeastern part of India, that is Bengal. So Akbar now turned his attention towards the rich province of Bengal. It's in northeastern part of India. Bengal was annexed in AD 1574 to 76. That means it's not the fact that people were waiting, oh, Akbar, you are coming and we are welcoming you. No. He made a tough fight. He had a conflict over there. He had to do the conquest over there, fighting with the people. And this is how from 74 to 76 he was having a battle. And by the time period of 1576, he conquered the Bengal area. Akbar conquered Kashmir in AD 1586, Kandahar and Kabul in 1587, and Sindh in AD 1590. These were those areas which were lying in the Central Asia, and they were also known as the Western frontiers. He was now able to protect his northwest frontiers. Now, these above areas, what we read, Kandahar, Kabul, and Sindh, now he is being protected. Protected in the sense that being making those areas under his control, now he was able to do welfare for the things. And due to his generosity and doing for the welfare of the social people were liking to be under his control, and that's why we can say that due to that reason he was having a good trade relationship with the Central Asian countries. That means India was having good relations with the Central Asia and the western part of the different areas of the world. Now let's come to the next topic, that is Deccan campaign. Deccan, as you all know, it is known as South. In the south, what were the different things which he has taken in effect? Having consolidated his empire in North India, Akbar sent his officials to persuade the rulers of Ahmednagar, Bijapur, Golconda to accept him as their ruler. In AD 1596, Barar was annexed to the empire. In AD 1601, Khandesh was also annexed to the empire. Annex here simple means that he made this area under his control. Whosoever was the ruler was there. Now he was forced to accept Akbar as the main emperor or the ruler related to here. And this is how that is known as annexed. Akbar's empire now stretched from Hindu Kush to Brahmaputra. Hindu Kush, that means northern part of India, northernmost part, western part towards the northeastern part. Hindu Kush, western part, and Brahmaputra, eastern part. So complete east to west he was having control, and from Himalayas to Godavari in the south. Himalayas, that means topmost Himalayas, towards Godavari means in the southern part of India. So this is how we can see that Akbar stretched his empire from north to south, east to west, and this is how he was known as Akbar the Great. He got the tag with the reasons that he did implemented in his effort of extending his empire. Not only the extension, but he was good in architect. He made an attempts for the welfare of the social life also. And this is how completes the topic of Akbar.